And at this time, I get the honor of inviting up our speaker, Michael Baumann. And Michael, wife Shelley, and son Alexander, who just graduated from Mankato State, and I understand he is following his father's and grandfather's footsteps, as Michael previously was a U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel, retired, and the author of A Just Fire, for those who have read it. He speaks fluent in Spanish since 2 years old. He was a previous assistant superintendent of St. Paul, and prior to being announced the superintendent of the Lakeville School District, was our executive director of business services for Lakeville. Let's give Michael a warm welcome.
I passed my first challenging test, and I was getting up here without tripping over my feet, so I'm on a roll. I want to say thank you to Tim and Mike for hosting this event. Chamber of Commerce, you're an outstanding organization, and we definitely appreciate this opportunity. I would also like to say there's a lot of you in this room that I've known for a while, and I feel like I'm speaking to my friends, and so that's a little more calming for me, and I greatly appreciate that. It also makes me even more accountable, so I'll try to live up to the best that I can do. Before we get too far into this, I want to make sure that we acknowledge our school board members, and if you would, as I identify each of you, if you could stand. First, our board chair, Michelle Volk. Our vice chair, Terry Lind. Our treasurer, Bob Erickson. Our board clerk, Kathy Lewis. And Director Judy Kelleher. With us, not with us today, is Director Jim Skelly. Many of you know Jim. So thank you, school board members. So my risk assessment says Baumann, wear glasses. I'm going to go ahead and try not to. If I sneak them on, then you know I'm losing my sight a little bit. This afternoon we're here for the state of the schools. And I report to you that your school district is in good shape and continues a relentless effort to provide this community with a great education at a great value. There's a great national debate going on right now about the effectiveness and the value proposition of public education in America. And while many school districts experience consistent downturns in performance year over year, that is not the Lakeville area public schools experience. Ours is one of high performance, but level scores as measured by the Minnesota Comprehensive Assessment over the past few years. This, along with student growth performance, must be addressed. As new superintendent, I believe in focusing on the fundamentals and exploiting success where we already have it occurring. And to do that, we must build strong student-teacher relationships and working relationships. We must build high-performing teams across the depth and breadth of the district. And we have to affirm the outstanding work of our teachers, our custodians, our administrators, our student nutrition staff, and many others who contribute every single day to the success of our young people. And I will tell you, there are no secret formulas. There are no new neat things. There is but one thing: disciplined, hard work. Committed people working in complementary fashion on a clear education mission, working very hard. There is no substitute for disciplined hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, we have that already right here in your school district. It resides in every school, in every classroom, in our kitchens, on our grounds, in our mechanical rooms, and in all of our offices. We need to reinforce this. Leaders need to lead and support their teams. And we all must stay focused on the education basics. Back in 2008, a horrid economy and a quite dismal, slow-paced recovery to our economy caused us to cut programs across the district. Teachers were laid off, deep reductions in custodial maintenance staff and key school support staff occurred, and we lost programming over that time. Since 2013, we've tried to move forward, recovering some of the losses. But we have not been able to fully recover. The single biggest challenge that I see as your superintendent is that we have, as a school district operation in the near term, a challenge dealing with our class size situation. That major challenge is getting even tougher to administer as our community has started to grow again. So many of you are aware that we're seeking to renew the 2007 operating levy to sustain our existing operational capabilities. At stake for the district is approximately $8.1 million in revenue year over year. We're not seeking an increase with this renewal. We are seeking to hold the line right where it is today. The education experience that your dollar buys today produces some compelling results. We expend approximately $11,600 per pupil in the Lakeville area public schools. We graduate 95% of our students. Our average ACT scores for seniors last year was 24.5, far exceeding the Minnesota state standard or the national standard. We safely transport over 9,000 students to and from school every day. We serve over 9,000 meals on average every day. We have some of the best athletic and activity programs in this state. We score significantly higher than state average in reading and math consistently, and it isn't even close. But our value proposition is so much more than this. The people, the people, the people. And their payback to society, to our community, their leadership capability born and raised right here in our community and through our schools is of inestimable value. It definitely comes back to each of us individually and all of us collectively. In the recent past, we've done significant work on security improvements across our schools. Lakeville Area Public Schools has been a leader in training for active shooter contingencies. We have deployed access control systems. We've upgraded our surveillance capacity coverage and recording systems. And we've improved our training and emergency management procedures. We also have worked hard with the Lakeville Police Department. We've worked to partner in making certain that we have the best coverage, support, and rapid reaction responses that we can field. Thor Howe is a school resource officer at Lakeville South High School. Thor is a product of Lakeville Area Public Schools. Thor is a testament to the value of your investment in Lakeville area public schools, and I've asked him to come share a little of his story and his work. So, Thor Howe, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, if we do this again next year, I prefer not to follow Michael in this speech. So Michael asked me to come here today and talk to you about some of my memories from my journey through Lakeville Public Schools, returning to Lakeville as a police officer, and then working at Lakeville South and working in the district as a school resource officer. So, yeah, I've been in Lakeville my whole life. I'm kind of the guy that never left his hometown. I have been through small wonders all the way through Lakeville Senior High School, and at that time it was one school. I graduated from Lakeville High School in 2000, and I have many fond memories of the years. All of them were dedicated professionals, focused on student success. Now that I've returned to the schools, I've rekindled many relationships with them, and now they're like friends of mine. I'm 35 years old, I'm back. I'm friends with many of my former teachers. My mom was a retired teacher from a different district, and she was a long-time Lakeville substitute teacher during my time in school, which was good and bad, and my sister's. So in 2003, I interviewed for a position with the Lakeville Police Department at 22 years old. And I got hired by the former city administrator, Bob Erickson, who, as we all know, is now a current member of our Board of Education. I've held many assignments. I've been on the SWAT team, I've done street crimes. And in 2014, I got assigned as a school resource officer. And it was something that I fought hard to get. At that time, probably 15 people put in, and only one was chosen. I was fortunate enough to be chosen. So in the 2014-2015 school year, I returned to Lakeville Schools. This time, a little bit chubbier and with a little less hair, but I returned to the schools. And I tell you what, it's been great. It has been, without question, the best assignment that I have held throughout my career. So not everybody completely understands what a school resource officer does, and I could stand up here for a long time and I could talk, but I have been given time constraints. So I'm going to cut this down, but my primary assignment, as you can imagine, really is daily the safety and security of our staff and students. There are 11,000 approximately students in ISD 194. There's 2 school resource officers, so this is a very busy and very important job. Second to that is building relationships. This is an outstanding opportunity for process police officers to build relationships within the schools and with our future community leaders. Parents and people often ask, if I don't completely understand, what exactly are we doing in Lakeville for school safety? I had a prior Lake police officer call me and said, hey, my oldest daughter is starting kindergarten at JFK. What are you doing for school safety? And I said, well, just calm down for a second. So we have a multifaceted approach, and this is something that I was kind of happy to rattle off to him. Some of these things Michael touched on, and I'm going to go over them too. I would identify our multifaceted approach as a focus on training, technology, and communication. We train staff for active shooters. That's something that we have to do. That is just simply a fact of our society today. The police department works in close partnership with the school district, not only to hold refresher trainings for individual schools, but every single August we hold a training for all staff that has newly been hired by the district. We train staff on warning signs and we raise awareness regarding indicators of potential violence. We promote Reported.com. That's an anonymous reporting tool that is used within the schools, but also community members. And they can anonymously report anything from drug use to safety concerns. We have a school district safety committee where we review security procedures and needs within the district, both for technology and other identified areas. We've implemented technology in various forms district-wide, and this is specific to building access and building monitoring. And most importantly, to me, we've promoted and fueled a culture of communication and vigilance, both for our students and for our staff. We are a community within a community. We are a family, and we are all in this together. Now, there will always be more to do in the area of school safety. Always. That is going to be a constant process. But as a school district and as a police department, we are continually exploring ways to refine and improve all our processes. Now, some of you know me and will laugh at this, but at the risk of revealing myself as a little bit of a hippie, I want to tell you something. Every day I wake up, and this is true, I wake up and I feel very, very thankful, and I feel very, very excited. And I think you should too. And here's why. We should be thankful that we live in a clean and safe community. I've seen many other areas, and we often take for granted, I think, the things that we have. And we need to be very thankful for what we have. We should be thankful that many people moved to this city because of our strong and vibrant school district and our high level of public safety. And we should feel excited for the future. Both the city and the school district have made our schools and safety of our schools a top and budget-reflected priority. Priority that I feel is fully supported by our Lakeville community and by all of you. My time is up. So thank you guys.
Lakeville Area Public Schools, in its education mission, must open our doors to all of the public. At Kenwood Trails Middle School, an essay writing competition was conducted, and a young lady who recently immigrated from the refugee camps of war-torn Syria won the contest. She read her essay to the Board of Education, and I asked her parents if she could come here today and read that essay to you. Her father politely declined. He stated to me he preferred that his daughter remain in class. And I understood that. He did, however, agree to allowing us to share the video, so I want you to hear her words. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Estefana. I'm a sixth grader at Kenwood Trail. I came from Syria, and I've been here for 6 months, and I'm already loving it.
Well, thank you. And did you know English when you came from Syria?
Yeah, I learned it.
In your country before you came here?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you want to read your award-winning essay?
Sure.
Thank you.
I've only lived in America for 3 months, but it feels like home. Even with the violence of the debate, America still tries to keep everything in balance. America is one of the safest countries I've ever been to and seen. It's also very supportive to needy children and religion respecting. America is bringing me my future. It's preparing me to be one of the best students. America is helping me. It provides the best for its people. In America, you don't feel trapped or captive. You feel free. America gives people the opportunity to achieve their dreams and desires. This creates an image of the America I believe in. The America I believe in is a safe one. America is strong even when it's standing by itself. It's not just America, it's the United States of America. All the states stand and fight together to protect the U.S. Our military does its best to protect us from any danger, and all Americans should appreciate it. Even if I'm not American, I still feel very safe. America does its best to keep everyone comfortable and relieved. The America I believe in is a supportive one. I've always heard that Americans are very kind and helpful, which is true. When my family and I came here, people were very supportive and encouraging to us and in getting us settled. Also, there are lots of associations that support needy children and families. At school, teachers are very caring and helpful. The America I believe in is a future constructor. So many people from around the world flee to the U.S. seeking a better future. America provides people to the right path to follow and guides them to success. My new school is providing me with a lot of beneficial learning opportunities, which therefore provides me with a greater future. It takes me on a long but easy path. America does its best to keep you on track and help you succeed. The America I believe in is the best. America provides me with all the things I need, including healthy, organic food, good education, and better life. America is also a home for many healthy and sturdy industries that provide good products. It provides people with convenient healthcare hospitals to help them right away. In addition to hospitals, Americans are the best too. Most of America's citizens are honest, caring, and helpful. Also, there are a lot of entertainment for everyone around the world, including children of my age and adults. People always seek America for the best. As a conclusion, America is a great nation and it has always been the best. In order to keep it this way, people have to always be united together under this nation. It's not all about the leaders of America, it's about Americans too. America is not a country, it's life, liberty, and the pursuits of happiness. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the secondary point of that is you are America to her. That is who she was describing, you. And I believe very strongly that our school district fosters that kind of belief. And I would tell you that this is testament to the value of your investment in our school district. Lakeville Area Public Schools has many learning opportunities for our students. There's post-secondary education options, online learning, there's the Business Academy, STEM, and many, many more. At Century Middle School, we have a program called Hour 17. It's a program that helps students by providing more focused support on the basics. One student who has taken advantage of this program is Yasser Bai. I asked Yasser to come this afternoon and share a little bit of his education experience and his growth leveraging this program.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yasser Bey, and I will be sharing you the experience I had in the program called 17 class. When I was in 5th grade, I didn't like school very much except for math. Reading and language arts was my least favorite subject because reading and writing weren't one of my strengths. Since they weren't one of my strengths, I did not look forward to going to class or reading at home with my mom. Reading was just hard work, and each year kept getting harder and harder, and therefore I liked it less and less and would avoid reading altogether. What I didn't realize is reading is a big part of every class and a huge part of your life. I was now coming into middle school, and I was overwhelmed by all the expectations given to a 6th grader. To name a few, being on time, locker combinations for triad and lockers, how to get to each of my classes, homework for all of my classes, my lunch bin, and technology. Knowing that I had to be organized and focused when transitioning into a new school. It wasn't one of my priorities because there was so much going on. I wasn't able to focus in class because there would be too many kids in it, making me fall behind and not concentrate. Plus, reading was hard, and reading was hard work. My academics have always been important to me, so I realized I needed more help in school. Once I graduated out of 6th grade and entered 7th grade, life at school sort of took a 180 for me. I had the opportunity to be part of the 7th grade Hour 17 class. I had the same teacher for 2 classes, language arts and communications, with only 17 kids in it. This experience helped me in so many ways. It helped me concentrate. It also made me feel successful and confident. I never hesitated to ask a question in class when before I wouldn't have. Instead of avoiding homework, I became a leader and a helper. I learned how to handle challenges, and most importantly, I became motivated. In addition to gaining confidence and learning study skills, I got organized. Miss Bernier would have our lockers close to her class so she can check on it if it's organized or not. She had a great method with sticky notes. At the end of each day, she would hand out sticky notes to jot our homework for each class and stick it into our planners for that specific day. This helped me stay in check with all my subjects. It was a great reminder for what to take home each night. This class was different from other classes because there was hardly any homework given out, since we completed work in class. We did a lot of work together, and we got immediate feedback to fix things when they were wrong. We also didn't have tests. The approach to our learning was effective group discussions, her enthusiasm to work with us one-on-one. And we had a lot of fun while we learned. We were held accountable for all English work just like any other 7th grade, but it was at our own pace. We moved on when we were ready. If I was not in this class or did not have an opportunity to work with Miss Bernier, I don't think I would have a motivating mindset as I do right now. This class did change me in a way in which my little brother looked up to me as a leader. During this time, I saw his and my own confidence level increase. I felt like a role model for him and my class in 7th grade. This class also helped me defeat my fears in public speaking. I became comfortable and more inspired to talk in front of audiences. Also, my MCAs had a huge leap of 13 points. I felt smarter, had pride, and felt belong in this class. I feel absolutely ready for 8th grade and high school to challenge me for what's coming my way. I want my experience in high school to structure me and mold me for college, and I'm ready to take on that opportunity. I am ready for independence. 120%, I think we should continue to offer this kind of class because it will give students better opportunities in life to make better decisions and wiser decisions and improve as a human being. One word that describes me as I have completed 7th grade here at CMS is thankful. I am thankful for what my family and my God have given me throughout these years. I am also thankful to the teachers whom I have worked with these 3 years. With their guidance, I am feeling blessed to be speaking on the stage. Thank you.
So I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that Yasser has great support from the school district, from you as friends, but he also, his mother and his grandmother are with him here supporting him as well. Would you please stand up? Family is absolutely critical to student success, no question. This, I would tell you, is testament to the value of your investment in our school district. Another way Lakeville area public schools and this community educates our young people is through building character. That happens in the classroom and through athletics and activities. Another very important dimension to Lakeville area public schools. Emma Mickelson is a senior midshipman at the United States Naval Academy after graduating from Lakeville South High School, class of 2014. She offered a video to share with you how Lakeville Area Public Schools has prepared her for that future.
Hi, my name is Emma Mickelson. I am currently a first-class midshipman or senior at the U.S. Naval Academy, and I graduated from Lakeville South in 2014. I was asked to talk a little bit just about how my experiences in the Lakeville Public Schools helped prepare me for my time in the Navy and in the Naval Academy. And after having spent 3 years here, I can say that the most important lesson I've learned is how important it is to have good character, have integrity, live with honor. Especially in the military, that is of the utmost importance. And I can honestly say that those values weren't instilled in me here. They were instilled throughout my time at McGuire Middle School and at Lakeville South. Every single teacher I had, every single coach I had, without fail, was an incredible role model. They were all just such good people and showed me and my friends, all of us, just how to live as good people and live good lives. Especially my track coaches, went out of their way to do anything that they could to help us, showed us how to be successful, showed us how to win gracefully, lose gracefully. My teachers, they were obviously very good teachers, but they just showed us how to be good people, how to work hard, persevere in order to be successful. And when I came here, I already knew what it meant to be a good person, how to live well, how to treat others respectfully. That's something that is huge here, and it's what I learned. That's my big takeaway from my time at Lakeville South and at McGuire Middle School, was how to live with honor, how to live with integrity, and that, beyond anything else, prepared me for my time in the military and at the Naval Academy. Thanks.
I would again submit to you that this is testament to the value of your investment in our school district. The Lakeville Area Public Schools employs many people. Our total staff or regular workforce exceeds 1,200. We have 17 facilities or buildings, and the district covers over 567 square acres and approximately 1.9 million square feet of facility to maintain. I've worked alongside many of the teams that support and maintain our education facilities and grounds. I did that in my previous role in the district and now in my current role. I've observed their interaction with our students, and to a person, I can share with you that the teaching and learning continues with these great Americans. A top-notch leader who I learn much from in every encounter I have with him is a hard-working and talented person. He is the head of our maintenance and grounds. He's a team leader and a strong leader. And I asked Mr. John Simon to come share his experience with you with Lakeville Area Public Schools. John?
Thank you. When Michael asked me to come and speak today, I wasn't quite sure what to talk about, but a little history of my family. I have 7 brothers and sisters. We're from Lakeville. We all still live in Lakeville. My oldest sister started in kindergarten in 1961. My youngest brother graduated from Kenwood Junior High, at the high school then, in 1988. So we were in the school system for 27 years. And I think my poor parents. And then I think, no, the poor teachers. We heard, oh no, not another assignment, not another assignment. How many are there? We took advantage of every program we had, which at that time was a lot less than we have now. But I think we took it for granted because it was so easy to do. We were in sports, we were in band, we were in choir, and we took advantage of all that. And then the second perspective is when I became a parent. I had 3 children, and you go through those programs, and now you're in the PTO, and you're in the booster clubs, and you're in the sports programs, and you're in the theater. And it's amazing the programs that are available, the opportunities that they offer at Lakeville for their kids. My oldest son is now a teacher, married to a teacher. And it's incredible the time that we put in to our kids, why they're going to school. And when you go to other places and they say, where are you from? And we say Lakeville, people equate Lakeville with the school district. They might have been here for a play, they might have been here for a concert, might have been here for a football game, but now I'm lost, but I'll get it back. Like say, they equate Lakeville with our system, and it's incredible, the programs and the opportunities that are available to the kids. And 7 years ago, I was given a unique opportunity to come back here and work for the school district. And now that's the third perspective I have. Now I got to see the inside workings, which we never saw before. We'd be cleaning a building at 10 o'clock at night, and there's teachers in the building working at 10 o'clock at night. There's librarians, there's IT people, and they don't do it because they get paid overtime. They do it because they love what they do. They love to teach our kids, which to me is incredible. So to the school board, to the administration that runs this juggernaut of a school, hats off to you guys. This is incredible. Thank you.
So again, I would say this is a testament to the value of your investment in Lakeville area public schools. I want to come all the way back to that which is fundamental to Lakeville area public schools. Our core mission is to educate our young people. Teachers are the ones who directly and daily carry out that vital work. That's the work that shapes our community, our state, and our nation. Teachers shape our young people today to lead tomorrow. One of those teachers on our team is Jen Basie. Jen's been teaching for 22 years and currently teaches at Lakeville North High School. She teaches English, and she's the speech advisor to our students. And I have asked Jen to share her perspective of your investment. Jen?
It is my pleasure and honor. Thank you for asking me to speak. It's a joy to lift up just a small number of the amazing things that are going on in our schools. If I'm honest, the reason I ended up at Lakeville is because I was scared and a little bit lazy. I was coming out of the U of M master's program for education, and I was super scared I wasn't going to get a job. And I wasn't working real hard at my job searching, and I just figured if I could just land a student teaching position in one of those outer ring suburbs, they're growing a lot, then maybe I could get a job. And it worked. But I'm so fortunate that such negative characteristics about me at that time turned into be such a positive experience. It has been a pleasure to work in this district for 23 years now, I think. The first thing that I would lift up is the colleagues that I work with. And I know that every school around our state has great people in it, but truly I just feel like I have been surrounded at every turn by exemplary teachers. I think about people like Paul Lund, who I'm convinced knows everything. Every question I've ever asked him, he has regaled me with amazing information. I heard Superintendent Baumann, you got to see one of his lectures the other day, right? I don't know if you know this, there's a Facebook page started by students called Paul Lund is My Jesus. Which, is it irreverent? Yes, but if you know Paul and how much he knows, is it understandable that they started it and it has so many members? Yes. I think about colleagues like Susan Clark, who I've had the privilege of working with through our teacher development. She and I have to peer coach each other. And it is a joy to be in her class every single day. I would take her class if I could. And she's not just doing innovative things in the classroom. She has brought in speakers to our school. She brought in Kao Kalia Bang when we were doing the One Book, One Lakeville. She has connected us with events at Heritage Library. She brought in speakers and documentary screenings before these documentaries were even available to the public. Somehow she got the rights to show them at Lakeville North because they related to our curriculum. And I could go on and on about the people who are going above and beyond what they are asked to do, the people who are there until 10 p.m. at night. But suffice it to say that your students are surrounded by some really inspirational people. Another thing that I think gets overlooked is just our facilities are so nice. And I think it's easy to complain about the little things. At Lakeville North, it's easy to look over at South and think about what a pretty building it is. But I had this driven home to me a couple of years ago. My speech team was lucky enough to host the Minnesota State High School League state speech tournament. And the officials of the league said that hands down, Lakeville was the best host site that they've ever had. And they have a standing invite to us to host this tournament whenever we want, because our building was so nice. And then it was so heartwarming to watch these students come in from all over the state of Minnesota and marvel at how beautiful our building was and how big and how airy. And Twitter was just alive with these selfies that they would take around our building with captions like, "This school is the bomb." I thought, I've never thought about that, but we're really lucky to be in such a nice facility. And while there are really wonderful things going on with my colleagues and really wonderful things going on in my classroom, I would be lying if I didn't say that one of the biggest things that has kept me committed to this district is my involvement in extracurriculars. And I don't know what it is about this community, but there is something about Lakeville that fosters commitment and passion around these activities, whether it's arts or athletics, that you just don't see in every community around the state. And I am certainly the beneficiary of that. So I've helped to build up our speech team at Lakeville North. Some of you may know we run a team of about 85 kids, and that's after we cut about 40 every year through auditions. I have about 14 coaches who work under me. We host a home tournament that brings in about 800 kids a year to Lakeville North. We have a select group of kids that travels the nation. And I'm proud to say last year at Nationals, we got third in the nation out of tens of thousands of teams across the nation. But coaches like me can't build and run teams like that without a lot of support. About a decade ago, when we did have to go through budget cuts, a lot of our coaching stipends were cut, and my parents rose up and they formed a 501c3 that is still running seamlessly today and raises about $25,000 a year for our team. Just incredible. I've never had a problem staffing the board. there's always parents who are willing to step up and work with us, which I think is amazing. I also think about my administration. I think about Principal Bergbaum, who, when I made the argument that other teams had their own space, they had a gym, or they had a field, or they had a theater, and that my speech team needed space. We had books and suits and all of this equipment for hosting tournaments. She created, I invite you over to North to see this, it's incredible. She created a double-sized classroom for me to teach in and to house our team that's right next to the library. And I'm telling you, it's the envy of every coach in the state. I don't know another team that has received that kind of support from their administration. She also flew down to nationals this June, to Birmingham, where it was 85 degrees and the dew point was 96. I kid you not. She flew down on her own dime to come down and see some of our kids perform in front of thousands of people. And I'll tell you, the students feel that support. So for everybody that has made my 23 years here in Lakeville so wonderful, I thank you, and I look forward to many more.
I realize I need to wrap this up, and I want to just say, Lakeville Area Public Schools is a reflection of this community, of you, every person sitting in this room, and everything extended beyond this room that resides in the Lakeville Area Public Schools system. Our success is completely dependent on your support, which you are graciously giving today, and our future is absolutely great, because I know many, many, many of you in this room are helping us lead the way. Lakeville Area Public Schools leads the way. Thank you.